All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First, like start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Shai, Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rachah
Rachakodash.
Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwap that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth, even if you're among the heathen, and even like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect. I want to say shalom to you.
Shalom.
I'm with the brother Nathan, and we're just going to get on, the subject at hand, because as we see what's going on in West Asia, which is the so-called Middle East, with the U.S. Israeli versus Iranian or Persian, really is their true identity. And the Israelis are Amalek, and the U.S. is Babylon, which is an extension of Edom. But we see the conflict going on, and one thing about this conflict is that it's going to have a strain on the economy, and you can expect the economy to be shaken by it, because one thing about war is costly, man. And if you're not fully prepared to go to war as far as financially, well, eventually, you'll run out of money, and you can't pay your soldiers. You can't pay the cost of going to these different regions to war. And real quick, I got something queued up too, because Rome did this, right? So this is it says how wars bankrupted Rome's economy. That's why I typed it on Google, right? It says constant wars and the massive costs associated with maintaining a vast, overextended empire bankrupt Rome by draining its treasury, inducing hyperinflation, and crushing its workforce. And that's what this video is about. Okay, but that's what's coming. Hyperinflation. The treasury already. The treasury already is shit. You know what I mean? If you look at the treasury, look at the debt clock, all that, it's just basically just shit. And it can collapse any moment. Yep. And most Americans that watch the finance or economists, they expect the US dollar to crash at any given moment. Okay, and then, of course, it's going to crush the workforce because, well, the job's going to dry up, okay? Yep. So, matter of fact...
That grind of the season.
Yeah, it's great. Let's get that.
I'll grab it real quick.
The water, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. And it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Yeah. And you want to speak on that?
Yeah. The keepers of the house with the elite banking families, man. All right, they're going to be trembling because ultimately they're really trying to set up their NWO, right, the New World Order, and this great reset. All right, we know the dollar is the reserve global currency, which it's failing. That's why things are costing more. It's not that really. It's because the value of the dollar is dimming down. All right.
Yeah, the purchasing power.
Yeah, the purchasing power.
Which causes what? Inflation.
Inflation, yep.
And then hyperinflation is when basically your purchasing power is just so low that they basically increase the taxes on the goods because the goods are few. So you don't have much goods to buy. Okay, verse 4?
Yes, like these elites, everything's in the grind of the season. All right? That's why you're seeing with all these Fortune 500 companies, they've been laying off a lot of people, downsizing, all right, because they pay economists and stuff to forecast what it's going to look like for the next couple of years, Like they got mathematicians, all these big companies, they to try to get ahead of the storm,
Yep.
And it says in the verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yep. All right, so all the mirth is gone. All right, like I said, the grind is ceasing. There's no job opportunities. All right, we're about to see it get real jacked up. See, this is going to be way worse than what happened in 2008, 2009 with that with the recession and all that. This is going to turn into what, a depression. Now, mind you, all these code names for all these different time periods, those weren't labeled them until it already had went and passed. So we're entering into these times. Like I said, history repeats itself, right? That's what they say, right? And there's like the scripture says, no new thing under the sun.
That's right.
And that's what it'll take us. You want to go ahead and grab that Genesis right now?
Let's grab Isaiah 19.
I got you. 19 and what you want to start with?
14.
14 kind. This is Isaiah 19 verse 14. Yahweh Shema Shai hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right, we just brought it out, and you spoke on some of those things. How Egypt is erring in every work, And there is a perverse spirit, in Egypt, which this is America.
Yep.
Right, Revelation 11 and 8 says what? This is spiritually Sodom in Egypt,
Yep.
And the spirit of perverseness is in in the midst of this place, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. The work, like the brother said, hey, the work is fading and drying up, man.
Yep.
I work with fellow truckers, man. Not work schlocky. I go to the gym with them, and some of these companies. Like one of the guys, one of my fellow trucker guys, he worked for UPS and they was buying them out for the 150. I'm like, man, look, I'll take that 150. I told him that like 2 weeks ago. I said, man, I'll take that 150.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to get that 150. They laid me off. So yeah, I would took that 150.
Yeah.
You can't play around, you know what I'm saying, when they offer you shit like that. Because that could be dried up real quick and they can sustain you for however long you're going to sustain you for it. But I told myself I was took that 150. So when they offered it.
Yep.
Because why? They downsizing.
Yep.
If they getting rid of truckers, man, they let you know that
exactly
shit really coming to a halt.
Yep.
Because this logistics is a job that runs everything.
Yep.
Everything needs logistics.
Yep.
Whether by air, water, and land, all three is a part of logistics.
Yep.
And with the Strait of Hormuz, that's a part of logistics. Because why? You have countries that they use so many barrels of oil each day. And the Straits of Hormuz is a global disruption of oil flow. Because all those countries, those so-called Arab countries that produce the most oil, they depend on the Straits of Hormuz, which was within the Persian Gulf. So the Iranians or Persians, they control that. So it can disrupt the supply chain at any given moment. And what's it going to do is, it's going to cause hyperinflation. So your gas going to be a high amount per gallon. Like it already shot up.
Well, mind you too, the food, everything, when oil and gas, when all that goes up, everything else, it takes way more, costs more to transport the stuff.
Yeah, everything follows. Because you need to transport your goods, from the ships. And from the ships, that's the trucks. Whether by cargo container,
train,
flatbed, reefer, dry van, train, like your brother said, train. The different things you need, man, it comes from what? The trucks moving them down these highways. And then, your job depends on the truckers. If you don't see truckers pull into your job, you might well get ready to face reality of you might lose your job. Because why? Ain't no work for you to do if the truck's not showing up. So again, it says, you been saying something about?
Yeah, real quick, and mind you, these trucks need maintenance. Now what? What's gonna happen when they go in to do a service for oil change? It's already expensive as it is for a semi truck. Now with all, it's gonna get crazy. It's already hard enough. You hear these truckers, getting price gouged at the truck stops.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a part of that yourself.
Yeah. It was always fluctuating. The gas price is always fluctuating.
Yep.
That's due to oil market.
Yep.
You know, it says neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Right. It says, and then it says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Right, because when the women is going through adversity, they don't take it well.
Mm-hmm.
They're known to basically crumble.
Yep.
They're not built for adversity.
Yep. Remember the scripture say that the woman was the weaker vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Egypt is like unto a woman. The spirit of a woman is going to be on this place.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a woman is going to tremble in time of trouble.
Because mind you, that's the result of what Esau. We were talking on the phone, like pushing that fucking feminism and masculinity is almost through. Like we're the last of the dying breed, the men of the Lord, man.
Yep.
You know, those are the hopeful elect. We had that masculine spirit left in the earth.
Well, first of all, we trust and depend on Yahweh Shem Shai because Isaiah 65 said what? The Lord's servants are going to eat and drink and rejoice when all these things are going on.
That's right.
So when Egypt started to fucking fail, the men of the Lord are going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we those men, we're going to be okay.
That's right.
You know, it says, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Right, because the Lord is going to ultimately destroy this place. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, yeah, man, you know, it's a couple of openers, but hey, man, it's getting warm in here, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to the video, though, because I want you to hear from Colonel Douglas McGregor. You know, he's this dude might be a Jake. He's of Scottish origin, and but he bring out a lot of good points when it comes down to military and economy and stuff. You know, so let's hear him out. And I want to say fair use, fair use. Of course, my videos are not monetized, only for literary commentary and educational purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use. And we're gonna get to this video clip. We're gonna bring out a few more precepts and close. And Lord willing, you being edified.
Role, but what you're saying seems to suggest that you also believe that the arena of conflict this time is spreading far and wide with serious economic consequences. Am I correct?
Well, of course, every American base in the region has been hit. Even the American air base at Incirlik in Turkey has been struck. All of these bases have been rendered unusable by us, whether they are seaports or airfields. It doesn't make any difference. So Iran has done really a spectacular job of simultaneously attacking all of these critical bases very early on. And finally, remember, this is probably going to go on for weeks or months unless someone sobers up in Washington. But the thing that will decide this outcome is logistics. We simply don't have enough missiles on hand, and we have a very long line of communications that takes us all the way back to the United States. We've lost most of the ports, virtually all of them in the region, that we would normally use to reload ships, reload missiles, reprovision our forces. So our elements at sea as well as on land right now are limited in how long they can maintain this war, contrary to what is being said in Washington right now.
So are we to understand that Washington was not prepared for this kind of Iranian retaliation? Is that what you're suggesting, that in any war game planning in Washington at the Pentagon, there was no idea that Iran would immediately escalate this or try to escalate it into a regional conflict which could then get far more prolonged?
Well, whether or not someone in the Pentagon knew anything or thought it all through is a question I can't answer. But one thing is very clear. We don't have an end state in mind. There is no off-ramp. The conditions that we demanded, which were really Israel's conditions.
If you don't know about an off-ramp, in trucking, you have the emergency exit off-ramp. If you lose control of your truck because the brakes may overheat, there's an emergency exit off-ramp that'll stop your truck. You know? Mm-hmm. And ain't no off-ramp for America.
Nah.
You've allowed these Amalekites to bring you into this world war. This conflict with Iran, and now you have Iran calling on China and Russia.
Yeah.
You know, but the point was, he said it's going to be very hard on the American economy.
Yeah.
You know, and he spoke about what America not prepared and not counting the cost of this war. Mm-hmm. So let's go to that. Because the scriptures say what? Count the cost.
Yep.
All right, count the cost. I don't know why my app not pulling up my. Say nothing but Satan. Luke 14. No, not Luke. Not that one. My phone acting crazy. Yeah, man, my app be acting crazy.
I got it.
Where you at?
It was Luke 14, and I started at verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first,
Mm-hmm.
and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it?"
Yeah, because a tower in the ancient world was known as a defense. Because a tower is usually built strong, has a strong foundation. But if you don't have enough money to finish the job and pay your laborers to finish the tower, and then your tower wouldn't be fully fortified.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
It says,
We'll jump to 31.
God. Jumping down to 31, it says, "Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000?"
Exactly. So America, yeah, it's stronger than Iran. We all know that.
Yep.
But the region and the platform that they own, Iran has a kind of a advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They kind of got an advantage at the moment. And though and right now it's a tit for tat. Mm-hmm. Every hour on the hour it strikes back to, and they strategically are hitting American bases. You heard the man.
Yep.
They taking out pretty much the essential bases, the U.S. Military bases over there. And then they're already talking with China and Russia getting into this war. And we know what Ezekiel 38 and 39 goes into.
Mm-hmm.
Gog coming out, being a guard to him. And then it's going to be escalation. Other NATO members are going to get involved. Yep. You're going to have a World War III, man.
Yep.
So he didn't count the cost of what it would go, or what it would take like it to go to war. And then at the same time, they don't care. Because guess what? If the dollar crashed, we have the MOTB.
Yep.
That's been waiting to be implemented and administered to the people. Which that's, like the brother quoted earlier, that's part of the NWO.
Yep.
So again, he didn't count the cost. That's the whole point of what this war would do to the American economy. Mm-hmm. Which is a beautiful thing.
That's right.
Let this motherfucker crash.
Yep.
Bring out the MOTB.
Bring it out.
Because the kingdom is almost here.
Yeah. See, us of the hopeful leg, well, you got to be in the spirit of hastening these times.
Mm-hmm.
We should be rejoicing. All right, because all we've talked about and prayed for is happening right before our eyes.
Yep.
And remember, like Romans 13:11 said, "For now is the high time to wake out sleep, for our salvation is nearer than when we believe."
Mm-hmm.
And we already know we at the door with it. And now the Lord about to really turn it up and really show that we here.
Yep. I got this Genesis 47:15.
Okay.
It says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? Mm-hmm. For the money failed." Right. And this is just basically a point to show you that the money in old Egypt fell. And I quoted Revelation 11:8 earlier. And the scripture say what? There's no new thing under the sun. And then what 2 Ezra 15 says? Let me get that real quick. The Lord said what? He will smite Egypt with plagues as before. Yep. So the money failed in old Egypt. What do you think will happen in spiritual Egypt? Let me see here. 2 Ezra chapter 15. In verse 11, it says, "But I will bring them." In fact, let me start at 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And that's the elect. You know, the Lord is only going to allow us to be in his land for so long. But ultimately, the Lord is going to remove or recover his elect. Okay? Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. See? And I just read that what? That money in Egypt failed. You know? And you need money.
Yeah.
You need money. Money, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. It says, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because we ultimately know that Proverbs 11 and 4 says what? Riches profit not in the day of destruction or wrath, but righteousness delivered from death.
That's right.
You know? So money is, it's good to have money. It says it's a defense, right? Especially, when things inflate, you get hard times, right? Yep. But we're not rich on this side. So
we're just rich in faith.
That's right. We're rich in faith. We're rich spiritually.
Yeah.
But our daily bread comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? So when all these things started, really take its form, as far as the inflation, the hyperinflation, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna have us out here surviving in the midst of all the chaos. Because it's gonna get chaotic out here. It's gonna get hard out here. It's gonna become very what it says, perilous times should come. Yep. And perilous goes to what? Being dangerous, risky, and involving exposure to death. Yep. But we're gonna be okay, man. And we gotta trust and believe that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is not gonna let us be forsaken. Okay, he's not gonna forsake us. The Lord has an elect for a reason.
That's right.
And he's gonna avenge us.
Yep.
Okay? And redeem us from under the hand of our enemies.
That's right.
So again, the money is failing. And what's next? The MOTB. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick, because again, with these wars, because the bankers, they know what these wars do. That's why they fund both sides. Because ultimately what? They got the solution in their mind to come in there and bring the solution financially to whatever side that wins, support the winning side. But this is gonna be the trap, man. This is gonna be the trap for you, because you pushed yourself into the point of no return as far as involving yourself in this war with Iran. Okay, because the end goal is that Babylon will be hit with fire. It's going to wipe it off the face of the earth. Also, the land of Israel. The Lord going to cleanse it by fire. And the only thing about Israel and the land of Israel and the land of America or Babylon is that Israel is going to be built up again, and America would not. That's the difference. Yep. Okay? But this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Because the elites, their whole thing is what? Well, okay, the economy going to crash because the U.S. economy. Well, first of all, the U.S. dollar is the reserve currency still. But when it do crash and all money fails, well, the digital, or the CBDC, the digital payment system, is already acclimated into society. Yep. You got the data towers up, the satellites supporting it, yep. AI. Yep. So it's already ready.
Go ahead. Like little smart centers and
those data towers, the towers,
and the data centers, like
the data centers. Yeah, I remember
all that. Yeah,
the data centers and the 5G, 6G.
Yep.
All that stuff is set up for the chip, man.
Now, mind you, if I wasn't mistaken, during the C19 is really when they started putting all them towers heavily. Mm-hmm. When people had to be indoors and stuff. They've been setting us up, man.
And you've seen a lot, but one thing about it was trucking kept moving. Yep. And how these data centers or towers were set up through Shit, I was doing flatbed.
Yep.
That's how equipment is moved. You got the heavy hauler flatbed trucks that which I maybe Esau got the contracts. Wish I did have the contracts, but anyways, that's a lot of hauling those heavy duty equipment, and with less traffic, you can move a lot of shit, man.
Yep.
But their thing is to bring in the MOTB, to bring the global financial system back online by way of the digital mark, the digital all.
I just want to get some information on a warehouse, a data center. So AI overview says a data center warehouse is a large, secure industrial facility housing thousands of servers and IT equipment, often spanning multiple football fields to support cloud computing and AI. So, these centers they're popping up all over the United States. And mind you, them fucking things are causing lung problems. There's already, not to get sidetracked, but this is the infrastructure they need to run this MOT to the B,
Yeah.
Like I said, the technology is here, but now they're about to be able to compute it to take on the whole world with it.
Yeah. Because that's going to be the time of testing when they administer it.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, let's get that, man. Let's get that MOTB prophecy. Because that's the ultimate goal.
What's that?
The MOTB prophecy, to administer it, because then the elites, they would have total control for those that receive the chip, man. Whether it be the one that goes to your hand or forehead. You receive that, now they totally control you. It says, and matter of fact, the nanoparticles that you got from that fucking the C-19, you know what I'm saying? The nanoparticles that go along with the RFID technology.
Yep.
Because they got it where people they dying with that, with the C-19 in them, and they showing you that what the robotic nanoparts is in them bodies still.
Yep.
So what do you think that's made to do? Connect with the RFID device to what? They can do a lot of shit with you. Yep. They can delete you.
Mm-hmm. And then they got them false miracles too.
Mm-hmm.
Walking again, seeing again.
Cause that made me think about that too. Cause a lot of people was dying from the same shit. Cardiac arrest.
Yep. From young to old.
Young to old.
Yep.
Young to fucking old.
Mm-hmm. Athletes.
Pro athletes
dropping dead on the fields. You've seen a lot of the soccer.
Mm-hmm. So it says Revelation 13 and verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we know that the Greek word there is charagma, which goes to an imprinted mark. Okay? It also goes into idolatry, man. Because that's exactly what it is. All right, it goes right into idolatry of worshiping who? You idolizing, the people of Satan. Mm-hmm. All right, you basically chose Esau as your God by what? Accepting his mark, which is that chip. That's what the chip is, man. Yep. You agreeing to take on, this man's device.
Yeah.
And he's going to totally control you.
Yep. You said Esau's my God.
Yep. The Lord said, choose you this day who you going to serve.
Mm-hmm. Well, were they in the same spirit that we have known but Caesar?
Mm-hmm. And that's what Jake wants, Caesar.
Yep. Jake wants Caesar.
Yep. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you get this RFID technology. Yep. And basically, this is going to separate a lot of guys that scoff against the MOTB. Mm-hmm. That talk shit about it and say it ain't, the RFID technology, the RFID chip, man. Yep. You're seeing it coming to fruition, man. Yep. It's manifesting itself right before your very eyes. But if your allegiance are likened to the dumb dogs, all right, when it speaks about the prophets of Israel being likened to dumb dogs, You under those kind of guys, you ain't gonna see it. And ultimately, the Lord don't want you to see it. You're one of the ones that, are deceived by the one that's leading you. But it says what? The deceived and the deceiver are the Lord's. So, hey, the Lord wants you to be deceived, man.
Yep. Quick precept.
Yep.
Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And that's what you see. Like I said, a lot of them guys, these other camps, and a lot of them are going hard to try to quote unquote prove that it ain't about that it ain't a physical mark. They're going all around the world was trying to read scriptures and just talking madness, man. I remember when not to get off sidetrack. I remember Watchmen for Israel. They did like a 3 or 4 hour video trying to
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi talking. Man, didn't prove nothing because it's a simple breakdown. It's not even, but you got to make it look astronomical to try to prove that this ain't what it is.
It make it deep, and it's not that deep.
Nah.
As far as the breakdown,
right?
Breakdown is simple, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Let's go. Keep reading.
And it says, verse 9, and David said, "Let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them."
Right, and the table is what it represents the scriptures. You will lay the scriptures on the table.
Yep.
And you read and learn to get understanding. But guess what? They can't get an understanding because why? The Lord ain't dealing with these guys that talk shit against His word. Because that's what you're doing when you saying the MOTB is not the RFID technology. You're talking against the Most High's word, man. Because it's clearly the breakdown, man. If you can't get the breakdown, I mean, the Lord got you blocked.
Yep. And it says, "Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see."
That they may not see what? The prophecies.
Yep.
You can't see that the MOTB is the RFID technology. Your ass think this is a fucking philosophy.
Right.
Embargo. Stevie with white women. All you different camps. Through. Go ahead.
And it says, "And bow down their back always."
Yep. Your ass gonna be humbled when that shit come out, man. And your ass gonna have to make a decision. So ain't gonna be no talking shit when you present a fucking troop kicking your fucking door, a band of them. You got your little raggedy nappy haired woman that's bald head with a hair wrap, talking about shalom, plan to be loyal, and her raggedy ass line up to get I'm gonna take it. What you gonna do, nigga?
Yep. I can't leave my wife. Oh, spirit of that. Yeah, they ain't ready. We praying to Yahweh Shemashah. We ready,
Come.
But at least we're staying our mind on it, preparing our minds that this was coming.
Yep.
But see, these guys, they're not even, it's not on their mind. Like I said, you sleeping with white with stupid shit.
Stupid
and
shit.
Embargo, it's Christianity, all this bullshit. Everything but what it is. But see, that's why the Lord got our mind prepared and always talking about it. We're waiting for that day. We know that our temptation's coming, man.
Because we're not in darkness.
Yeah.
As is others. So this is what's coming, man. All right, this is what's coming, man. You guys are going to see the inflation, hyperinflation, and then the dollar going to crash. And we're going to see what? The MOTB or the Our Temptation at hand, where they're going to make that device mandatory. And that's going to be the end. That's going to be the end, man. So, that's pretty much it, man. When you got something else out?
I'll quote this. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. All right.
So the brother brought it out again.
Yep. Oh, you brought that slide.
Yeah,
It just came back up in my head again. I was locked in. But
that's the spirit, bro.
Yeah, but see, like I said, our minds are ready.
Yeah.
Right? We're practicing. We're looking for, we understand what Satan's trying to do. All right, like I said, we understood when the C-19 happened. That was a test run to see who's going to comply.
Yep.
And you seen Jake and all these. We know the heathen through, but you seen the undesirables of Israel, fucking line up for it.
I won't got it, man. Cause my keys, man.
My keys.
My
job. Bunch of you niggas got fired the next week. You got that shit and they laid motherfuckers off.
Yeah, you dumbass to waiting because you could have got your lawsuit.
Yeah. Now Jake's saying, right. Now Jake's saying little shit like, yeah, I just got the first one. I ain't getting all the 20 different times, different kinds.
The double boost.
Yeah. So Jake trying to, I just got the first one, it's cool. Whatever, man.
I didn't get boosted up like everybody else.
Yeah, these people ain't got no faith, man. Well, their faith is in this world. That's why they got with it. So, yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, expect the economy to come to a halt, man. Expect the digital all to be implemented, all right, real soon. Because we almost out of this place, man.
That's right.
And everything is on pace as far as concerning prophecy. And that's the main thing we look forward to. The prophecies speaking louder than ever, man. And we ought to, be observant and watch and haste the day of our Lord's coming. And into the meantime, occupy till he come. So, you got anything else out?
We can finish it off with this. I quoted it earlier. Bring it out. Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And that's to say, the Lord is speeding things up for us. Like he said, he'll speed it up for the elect's sake, because no flesh will be saved. All right? But for the elect's sake, he's doing it. All right? That's why we've seen it move how it moved. Like Apostle Tahar, said, and multiple apostles and others that, believe, hey, the elect has already been sealed now, and just letting prophecy play out, man.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, prophecy.
Yep.
So, hey, it says Isaiah 34 that seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. None of these shall fail, meaning none of the prophecies are going to fail you.
Yep.
All right? So, that's what we hold fast to. Everything else will fail, but not these prophecies. Yep. Not the Lord's word. Okay? It says the counsel of the Lord will stand. So, hey, man, that's the bottom line, man. It's what we telling you.
Yep.
So, hey, you've been warned. You've been made aware of what's going on. All you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, you need to really think about what you're going to do in these days of Jacob's time of trouble, because it's here.
That's right.
It's here. But we're gonna keep bringing it out till the Lord remove us off the streets, and ultimately the internet gonna shut down, the family of word gonna come. But until then, we're gonna do our job of warning you. So with that, all praise and glory be unto Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Hey, again, I want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Hey, shalom to you fellow laborers. All right, shalom to the few akwaf. Hey, till next time, I want to say shalom.
Shalom.
And a Bible ball.
Bible ball.
All right, shalom.